Your mama wants to speak with you. Take these fool things off. Why have you been fighting with the other boys again, baby? They killed a little frog that ain't done nothing. Smushed it with a stick. You're so like your daddy. You even look like him. And he was an angel. Composed out of pure light. You got a present there for Peter, don't you? I've got you covered, Pete. You open it up when I'm gone, okay? Your grandpa is gonna take such good care of you. At least until your daddy comes back to get you. Take my hand. You've got to stay here, please. Drop it. No problem at all. How do you know about this? I don't even know what that is. I'm just a junker, man. I was just checking stuff out. You don't look like a junker. You're wearing Ravager garb. This is just an outfit, man. Ninja Turtle, you better stop poking me. What is your name? My name is Peter Quill, okay? Dude, chill out. Ronan may have questions for you. Hey, you know what? There's another name you might know me by. Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Ah, forget this. Look, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. I forgot you're here. Peter, you have call. I'm here on Morag. Ain't no orb, ain't no you. Well, I was in the neighborhood. I thought I'd save you the hassle. Well, where are you at now, boy? I feel really bad about this, but I'm not gonna tell you that. I slaved putting this deal together. Slaved? Making a few calls is slaved? I mean, really? And now you're gonna rip me off. We do not do that to each other. We're Ravagers. We got a code. Yeah, and that code is steal from everybody. When I picked you up on Terra. Picked me up. These boys of mine wanted to eat you. They ain't never tasted any Terran before. I stopped them. You're alive because of me. I will find you, I will. Put a bounty on him. 40K, but I want him back alive. That's what I said. I told you when you picked that kid up, you should have delivered him like we was hired to do. He was cargo. You have always been soft on him. You're the only one I'm being soft on. Now, don't you worry about Mr. Quill. As soon as we get him back here, I'm gonna kill him myself. What we do need to worry about, is who else out there wants that orb. They call me, terrorist, radical, zealot. Because I obey the ancient laws of my people, the Kree, and punish those who do not. Because I do not forgive your people for taking the life of my father, and his father before him. 1,000 years of war between us will not be forgotten. You can't do this. Our government signed a peace treaty. My government knows no shame. You Xandarians and your culture are a disease. You will never rule Xandar. I will cure it. Ronan, Karath has returned. Master, he is a thief, an outlaw who calls himself Star-Lord. But we have discovered he has an agreement to retrieve the orb for an intermediary known as the Broker. I promised Thanos I would retrieve the orb for him. Only then will he destroy Xandar for me. Nebula, go to Xandar and get me the orb. It will be my honor. It will be your doom. If this happens again, you'll be facing our father without his prize. I'm a daughter of Thanos. Just like you. But I know Xandar. Ronan has already decreed that I do not speak for me. You will not fail. Have I ever? What a bunch of losers. All of them in a big hurry to get from something stupid, to nothing at all. Pathetic. Look at this guy. Can you believe they call us criminals, when he's assaulting us with that haircut? What is this thing? Look how it thinks it's so cool. It's not cool to get help. Walk by yourself, you little gargoyle. Look at Mr. Smiles over here. Where's your wife, old man? What a Class A prevert. Don't drink fountain water, you idiot. That's disgusting. Yes, you did. I just saw you doing it. Why are you lying? Looks like we got one. Okay, Hughie, how bad does someone want to find you? 40,000 units? Groot, we're gonna be rich. As commissioned. Where's Yondu? Wanted to be here. Sends his love. And told me to tell you, that you got the best eyebrows in the business. It's my policy never to discuss my clients, or their needs. Yeah, well, I almost died getting it for you. An occupational hazard, I'm sure, in your line of work. Some machine-headed freak, working for a dude named Ronan. I truly am. But I want no part of this transaction. If Ronan is involved. Who's Ronan? A Kree fanatic, outraged by the peace treaty, who will not rest until Xandarian culture, my culture, is wiped from existence. He's someone whose bad side I'd rather not be on. What? What about my bad side? Farewell, Mr. Quill. Hey, we had a deal, bro. Ah, this guy just backed out of a deal on me. If there's one thing I hate, it's a man without integrity. Peter Quill. People call me Star-Lord. You have the bearing of a man of honor. Well, you know, I wouldn't say that. People say it about me, all the time, but it's not something I would ever say about myself. This wasn't the plan. Put him in the bag. Learn genders, man. Biting? That's not fair. Fool. You should have learned. Quit smiling, you idiot. You're supposed to be a professional. I live for the simple things. Like how much this is gonna hurt. Yeah, writhe, little man. It'll grow back, you DST idiot. Quit whining. Subject 89P13, drop your weapon. By the authority of the Nova Corps. You are under arrest. All right. Come on up. For endangerment to life and the destruction of property. Hey. If it isn't Star Prince. I picked this guy up a while back for petty theft. He's got a code name. Yeah. Stay out of the way. It's an outlaw name. It's cool to have a code name. It's not that weird. Fascists. Ronan is destroying Xandarian outposts throughout the galaxy. I should think that would call for some slight response on the part of the Kree. We signed your peace treaty, Nova Prime. What more do you want? At least a statement from the Kree Empire saying that they condemn his actions. He is slaughtering children. Families. That is your business. Now, I have other matters to attend to. Prick. Well, some good news. It looks like we've apprehended one of Ronan's compatriots. Surgically modified and trained as a living weapon. The adopted daughter of the Mad Titan, Thanos. Recently, Thanos lent her and her sister Nebula out to Ronan. Which leads us to believe that Thanos and Ronan are working together. Subject 89P13. Calls itself Rocket. The result of illegal genetic and cybernetic experiments on a lower life form. They call it Groot. A humanoid plant that's been traveling recently as 89P13's personal houseplant muscle. Peter Jason Quill, from Terra. Raised from youth by a band of mercenaries called the Ravagers, led by Yondu Yadanta. I didn't know how this machine worked. What a bunch of a-holes. I guess most of Nova Corps wanna uphold the laws. But these ones here, they're corrupt and cruel. But, hey, that's not my problem. I ain't gonna be here long. I've escaped 22 prisons. This one's no different. You're lucky the broad showed up, because otherwise, me and Groot would be collecting that bounty right now. And you'd be getting drawn and quartered by Yondu and those Ravagers. I've had a lot of folks try to kill me over the years. I ain't about to be brought down by a tree and a talking raccoon. It's what you are, stupid. Ain't no thing like me, except me. So, this orb has a real shiny blue suitcase. Ark of the Covenant, Maltese Falcon sort of vibe. So what? What's the orb? I have no words for an honorless thief. Pretty high and mighty coming from the lackey of a genocidal maniac. Yeah, I know who you are. Anyone who's anyone knows who you are. Yeah, we know who you are. I wasn't retrieving the orb for Ronan. I was betraying him. I had an agreement to sell it to a third party. Well, that's just as fascinating as the first 89 times you told me that. What is wrong with giving Tree, here? Well, he don't know talking good like me and you. So his vocabularistics is limited to, I, and, am, and, Groot. Exclusively in that order. I tell you what, that's gonna wear real thin, real fast. Put that away. Listen to me, you big blue bastard. That's mine. Those belong to Impound. That tape and that player is mine. Hooked on a Feeling, Blue Swede, 1973. That song belongs to me. Coming for you first, Gamora. You're dead. It's like I said, she's got a rep. A lot of prisoners here have lost their families to Ronan and his goons. She'll last a day, tops. The guards will protect her, right? They're here to stop us from getting out. They don't care what we do to each other inside. Whatever nightmares the future holds, are dreams compared to what's behind me. Check out the new meat. I'm gonna slather you up in Gunavian jelly, and go to town. Let's make something clear. This one here is our booty. You wanna get to him, you go through us. Or, more accurately, we go through you. I'm with them. No cell's gonna protect you for long. Take her down to the showers. It'll be easier to clean up the blood down there. Quill, where you going? Gamora, consider this a death sentence for your crimes against the galaxy. You dare? The Destroyer. And you know why they call me this. You slayed dozens of Ronan's minions. Ronan murdered my wife, Ovette, and my daughter, Camaria. He slaughtered them where they stood. And he laughed. Her life is not yours to take. He killed my family. I shall kill one of his in return. I'm no family to Ronan or Thanos. I'm your only hope at stopping him. Woman, your words mean nothing to me. You know, if killing Ronan is truly your sole purpose, I don't think this is the best way to go about it. Are you not the man this wench attempted to kill? Well, I mean, she's hardly the first woman to try and do that to me. Look, this is from a smoking hot Rajak girl. Stabbed me with a fork. Didn't like me skipping out on her at sunrise. I got, right here, a Kree girl tried to rip out my thorax. She caught me with this skinny little Oscavarian who worked in Nova Records. I was trying to get information. You ever see an Oscavarian? They have tentacles, and needles for teeth. If you think I'm seriously interested in that, then you don't care. But here's the point. She betrayed Ronan. He's coming back for her. And when he does, that's when you. Why would I put my finger on his throat? This is a symbol for you slicing his throat. I would not slice his throat. I would cut his head clean off. It's a general expression for you killing somebody. You've heard of this. You've seen this, right? You know what that is. What I'm saying is, you want to keep her alive. Don't do his work for him. I like your knife. I'm keeping it. That was my favorite knife. I could care less whether you live or whether you die. Then why stop the big guy? You know where to sell my orb. How are we gonna sell it when we and it are still here? My friend Rocket, here, has escaped 22 prisons. Oh, we're getting out. And then we're headed straight to Yondu to retrieve your bounty. How much was your buyer willing to pay you for my orb? 4 billion units. That orb is my opportunity to get away from Thanos and Ronan. If you free us, I'll lead you to the buyer directly. And I'll split the profit between the 3 of us. 4 of us. Asleep for the danger, awake for the money, as per frickin' usual. You have been betrayed, Ronan. We know only that she has been captured. Gamora may yet recover the orb. Look, your partnership with Thanos is at risk. Thanos requires your presence. Now. With all due respect, Thanos, your daughter made this mess, and yet you summon me. I would lower my voice, accuser. First, she lost a battle with some primitive. Thanos put Gamora under your charge. Ronan, then she was apprehended by the Nova Corps. You are the one here with nothing to show for it. Your sources say that she meant to betray us the whole time. Lower your tone. I only ask that you take this matter seriously. The only matter I do not take seriously, boy, is you. Your politics bore me. Your demeanor is that of a pouty child. And, apparently, you alienated my favorite daughter, Gamora. I shall honor our agreement, Kree, but return to me again empty-handed, and I will bathe the starways in your blood. Thanks, Dad. Sounds fair. This is one fight you won't win. If we're gonna get out of here, we're gonna need to get into that watchtower. And to do that, I'm gonna need a few things. The guards wear security bands to control their ins and outs. I need one. Leave it to me. That dude, there. I need his prosthetic leg. God knows I don't need the rest of him. Look at him, he's useless. And finally, on the wall back there is a black panel. Blinky yellow light. There's a Quarnix battery behind it. Purplish box, green wires. To get into that watchtower, I definitely need it. How are we supposed to do that? Well, supposedly, these bald bodies find you attractive. So, maybe you can work out some sort of trade. You must be joking. No, I really heard they find you attractive. Look, it's 20 feet up in the air, and it's in the middle of the most heavily guarded part of the prison. It's impossible to get up there without being seen. I got one plan, and that plan requires a frickin' Quarnix battery, so figure it out. Can I get back to it? Thanks. Now, this is important. Once the battery is removed, everything is gonna slam into emergency mode. Once we have it, we gotta move quickly, so you definitely need to get that last. Or we could just get it first and improvise. I'll get the armband. Prisoner, drop the device immediately and retreat to your cell, or we will open fire. All prisoners return to your sleeping areas. How am I supposed to fight these things without my stuff? The animal is in control. Fire on my command. Creepy little beast. You need my what? I'll need this. Good luck. It's internally wired. I'll figure something out. Drop the leg. Drop the leg and move back to your cell. Move to the watchtower. Man who has lain with an Oscavarian. It was one time, man. We need all available guards in full combat gear. Spare me your foul gaze, woman. Why is this one here? We promised him he could stay by your side until he kills your boss. I always keep my promises, when they're to muscle-bound whack jobs. Who will kill me if I don't? Here you go. Oh, I was just kidding about the leg. I just need these two things. No, I thought it'd be funny. Oh, wait, what did he look like hopping around? I had to transfer him 30,000 units. How are we going to leave? Well, he's got a plan. Right? Or is that another thing you made up? I have a plan. Cease your yammering and relieve us from this irksome confinement. Yeah, I'll have to agree with the walking thesaurus on that one. Do not ever call me a thesaurus. It's just a metaphor, dude. His people are completely literal. Metaphors are gonna go over his head. Nothing goes over my head. My reflexes are too fast. I would catch it. I'm gonna die surrounded by the biggest idiots in the galaxy. Those are some big guns. On my command. Rodent, we are ready for your plan. I recognize this animal. We'd roast them over a flame pit as children. Their flesh was quite delicious. All fire on my command. He turned off the artificial gravity, everywhere but in here. I told you I had a plan. That was a pretty good plan. Yeah. There it is. Get my ship. It's the Milano, the orange and blue one over in the corner. They crumpled my pants up into a ball. That's rude. They folded yours. The orb's there. Let's go. That bastard didn't put it back. Put what back? Get them to the ship. I will be right back. How are you gonna possibly? Just keep the Milano close by. How's he gonna get to us? He declined to share that information with me. Well, screw this, then. I ain't waiting around for some hummie with a death wish. You got the orb, right? If we don't leave now, we will be blown to bits. We're not leaving without the orb. This one shows spirit. He shall make a keen ally in the battle against Ronan. Companion, what were you retrieving? You're an imbecile. Yo, Ranger Rick. What are you doing? You can't take apart my ship without asking me. And you leave it lying around? I was gonna put it in a box. What's a box gonna do? How about this one? Leave it alone. That's for if things get really hardcore. Or if you wanna blow up moons. No one's blowing up moons. You just wanna suck the joy out of everything. So, listen, I'm gonna need your buyer's coordinates. We're heading in the right direction. For now. If we're gonna work together, you might try trusting me a little bit. I'd trust you a lot more if you told me what this was. Because I'm guessing it's some kind of weapon. I don't know what it is. If it's a weapon, we should use it against Ronan. Put it down, you fool. You'll destroy us all. Or just you, murderess. I let you live once, princess. Nobody is killing anybody on my ship. We're stuck together until we get the money. I have no interest in money. That means more money for the three of us. For the four of us. We have an agreement, but I would never be partners with the likes of you. I'll tell the buyer we're on our way. And Quill, your ship is filthy. Oh, she has no idea. If I had a black light, the place would look like a Jackson Pollock painting. You got issues, Quill. I swear. I don't know where they went. I swear. If he knew where they were headed, he would have already told us. Ronan, the Nova Corps sent a fleet to defend the prison. Well, then, send Necrocraft to every corner of the quadrant. Find the orb. Any means, any price. And this place? The Nova can't know what we're after. Cleanse it. Do you got any other cute little buggers like this one? I like to stick them all in a row on my control console. I can't tell if you're joking or not. He's being fully serious. But first, you gonna tell me what this orb is. And why everybody cares so damn much about it. And then you gonna tell me, who out there might wanna buy it. The high-end community is a very tight-knit. I cannot possibly betray the confidentiality of my buyers. Now, who again is this buyer of yours? Your people do have elbows, do they not? Then use them. I don't have to remind you. What happened to the last attendant who disappointed me? Our guests will be here soon. Heads up. We're inbound. It's called Nowhere. The severed head of an ancient celestial being. Be wary headed in, rodent. There are no regulations whatsoever here. Hundreds of years ago, the Tyvan group sent workers in to mine the organic matter within the skull. Bone, brain tissue, spinal fluid. All rare resources, highly valued in black markets across the galaxy. It's dangerous and illegal work, suitable only for outlaws. Well, I come from a planet of outlaws. Billy the Kid, Bonnie and Clyde, John Stamos. It sounds like a place, which I would like to visit. Watch your wallets. Can you spare any units? Your buyer's in there? We are to wait here for his representative. What do you expect us to do while we wait? My Orloni has won, as I won at all things. Now, let's put more of this liquid into our bodies. That's the first thing you said that wasn't batshit crazy. Man, you wouldn't believe what they charge for fuel out here. I might actually lose money on this job. My connection is making us wait. It's just a negotiation tactic. Trust me, this is my specialty. Where yours is more, stab, stab. Those are my terms. My father didn't stress diplomacy. When Thanos took my home world, he killed my parents in front of me. He tortured me, turned me into a weapon. When he said he was going to destroy an entire planet for Ronan, I couldn't stand by and. Why would you risk your life for this? My mother gave it to me. My mom liked sharing with me all the pop songs that she loved growing up. You know, when I left Earth. What do you do with it? Do? Nothing. You listen to it. Or you can dance. I'm a warrior and an assassin. I do not dance. On my planet, there's a legend about people like you. And in it, a great hero named Kevin Bacon teaches an entire city full of people with sticks up their butts that dancing, well, it's the greatest thing there is. Who put the sticks up their butts? That is cruel. Keep calling me vermin, tough guy. You just want to laugh at me like everyone else. Rocket, you're drunk, all right? No one's laughing at you. He thinks I'm some stupid thing. Well, I didn't ask to get made. I didn't ask to be torn apart, and put back together, over and over. And turned into some little monster. Rocket, no one's calling you a monster. Let's see if you can laugh after 5 or 6 good shots to your frickin' face. Suck it up for one more lousy night and you're rich. But I can't promise, when all this is over, I'm not gonna kill every last one of you jerks. See? That's exactly why none of you have any friends. 5 seconds after you meet somebody, you're already trying to kill them. We have traveled halfway across the quadrant. And Ronan is no closer to being dead. We don't need him. I'm here to fetch you for my master. Okay, this isn't creepy at all. We house the galaxy's largest collection of fauna, relics, and species of all manner. I present to you, Tanalier Tyven, the collector. How wonderful to meet in the flesh. Let's bypass the formalities, Tyven. We have what we discussed. What is that thing there? I never thought I'd meet a Groot. You must allow me to pay you now so that I may own your carcass. At the moment of your death, of course. Why, so he could turn you into a frickin' chair. We have been halfway around the galaxy, retrieving this orb. Let us see what you brought. 3 Quarnix batteries, 7 cases of Katati seeds. You shall send a message for me. Before creation itself, there were 6 singularities. Then the universe exploded into existence. And the remnants of these systems were forged into concentrated ingots. These stones, it seems, can only be brandished by beings of extraordinary strength. These carriers can use the stone to mow down entire civilizations like wheat in a field. There's a little pea coming out of me right now. Once, for a moment, a group was able to share the energy amongst themselves. But even they were quickly destroyed by it. Beyond compare. We're all very fascinated, Whitey. But we'd like to get paid. How would you like to get paid? I will no longer be your slave. How could I think Tyven could contain whatever was within the orb? What do you still have it for? What are we gonna do, leave it in there? I can't believe you had that in your purse. It's not a purse, it's a knapsack. We have to bring this to the Nova Corps. There's a chance they can contain it. We're wanted by the Nova Corps. Just give it to Ronan. So he can destroy the galaxy? What are you, some saint all of a sudden? What has the galaxy ever done for you? Why would you want to save it? Because I'm one of the idiots who lives in it. We cannot allow the stone to fall into Ronan's hands. We have to go back to your ship, and deliver it to Nova. Or we could give it to somebody who's not going to arrest us. Who's really nice for a whole lot of money. I think it's a really good balance between both of your points of view. You're despicable. Dishonorable. Faithless. I shall meet my foe and destroy him. You called Ronan? Don't you move. Get out of the way. Ronan the accuser. You are the one who transmitted the message? I told you, you can't fit. Now, wait here. I'll be back. It is Gamora. She is escaping with the orb. Nebula, retrieve the orb. The stone is in the furthest pod. Bring it down. Rocket, keep them off Gamora until she gets to the Milano. How? We've got no weaponry on these things. These pods are industrial grade. They're nearly indestructible. Not against necroblasts, they're not. That's not what I'm saying. Let me borrow your ride. I don't recall killing your family. I doubt I'll remember killing you either. Quill, I'm trapped. I can't make it to the Milano. I have to head out. Wait. These things aren't meant to go out there. You are a disappointment, sister. Of all our siblings, I hated you least. If Ronan gets this stone, he'll kill us all. Not all. You will already be dead. Her body mods should keep her alive a couple more minutes. But there's nothing we can do for her. These pods aren't meant to be out here. In a second, we're gonna be in the same boat. My coordinates are 227K324. Just outside nowhere. If you're there, come get me. I'm all yours. Quill, don't be ridiculous. Get back into your pod. You can't fit 2 people in there. You're gonna die. You'll die in seconds. I saw you out there. I don't know what came over me. But I couldn't let you die. I found something inside of myself. Blasted idiot. They're all idiots. Quill just got himself captured. None of this ever would have happened if you didn't try to single-handedly take on a frickin' army. All the anger, all the rage, was just to cover my loss. Oh, I don't care if it's mean. Everybody's got dead people. It's no excuse to get everybody else dead along the way. The only chance we got is to get to the other side of the universe. As fast as we can, and maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to live full lives before that whack job ever gets there. I know they're the only friends that we ever had. But there's an army of Ravagers around them. And there's only 2 of us. The orb is in my possession, as I promised. Bring it to me. Yes, that was our agreement. Bring you the orb, and you will destroy Xander for me. However, now that I know it contains an infinity stone, I wonder what use I have for you. I would reconsider your current course. Thanos is the most powerful being in the universe. Not anymore. You call me boy. I will unfurl 1,000 years of Kree justice on Xander, and burn it to its core. I am coming for you. After Xander, you are going to kill my father? You dare to oppose me? You see what he has turned me into. If you kill him, I will help you destroy 1,000 planets. You betray me? Stop it. Leave him alone. When I picked you up as a kid, these boys wanted to eat you. They ain't never tasted Terran before. I saved your life. Oh, will you shut up about that? God. 20 years, you've been throwing that in my face, like it's some great thing, not eating me. Normal people don't even think about eating someone else. Much less that person having to be grateful for it. You abducted me, man. You stole me from my home and from my family. You don't give a damn about your Terra. You're scared because you're soft in here. Ronan has something called an infinity stone. I know what he's got, girl. Then you know we must get it back. He's gonna use it to wipe out Xander. We have to warn them. Billions of people will perish. Is that what she's been filling your head with, boy? Eating away your brain like maggots. But a captain's gotta teach his men what happens to those what cross him. Captain's gotta teach stuff. If you kill me now, you are saying goodbye to the biggest score you have ever seen. I hope you got something better than that. Because ain't nobody stealing from Ronan. We got a ringer. Is that right? She knows everything there is to know about Ronan. His ships, his army. He's vulnerable. Hey, what do you say, Yondu, huh? Me and you, taking down a mark side by side, like the old days. You always did have a scrote, boy. That's why I kept you on as a young'un. Captain, the shot was non-damaging. The lunatic on top of this craft is holding a Hadron Enforcer. It's a weapon of my own design. If you don't hand over our companions now, he's gonna tear your ship a new one. I ain't buyin' it. I'm giving you to the count of 5. Rocket, it's me, for God's sakes. We figured it out. We're fine. What's going on? You call that, figured it out? We're gonna rob the guys who just beat us senseless. Oh, you want to talk about senseless? How about trying to save us by blowing us up? We were only gonna blow you up if they didn't turn you over. And how on earth were they gonna turn us over? When you only gave them a count of 5? We didn't have time to work out the minutiae of the plan. This is what we get for acting altruistically. They are ungrateful. What's important now is we get the Ravager's army to help us save Xander. So we can give the stone to Yondu, who's just gonna sell to somebody even worse. We'll figure that part out later. We have to stop Ronan. You've got a plan? First of all, you're copying me from when I said I had a plan. People say that all the time. It's not that unique of a thing to say. Secondly, I don't even believe you have a plan. I have part of a plan. What percentage of a plan do you have? You don't get to ask questions after the nonsense you pulled on nowhere. I just saved Quill. We've already established that you destroying the ship that I'm on is not saving me. When did we establish it? Like 3 seconds ago. I wasn't listening. I was thinking of something else. She's right. You don't get an opinion. That's a fake laugh. That is the most real, authentic, hysterical laugh of my entire life because that is not a plan. It's barely a concept. You're taking their side? So what, it's better than 11%. What the hell does that have to do with anything? See? Groot's the only one of you who has a clue. Yondu is gonna be here in 2 seconds. He expects to hear this big plan of ours. I look around at us. You know what I see? I mean, like, folks who have lost stuff. And, usually, life takes more than it gives. But not today. Today, it's given us something. It has given us a chance. To do what? To give a shit. For once. Not run away. I, for one, am not gonna stand by and watch. As Ronan wipes out billions of innocent lives. You're asking us to die. I have lived most my life surrounded by my enemies. I will be grateful to die among my friends. You are an honorable man, Quill. I will fight beside you. And in the end, I will see my wife and daughter again. I don't got that long a lifespan, anyway. Now I'm standing. Y'all happy? We're all standing up now. Bunch of jackasses, standing in a circle. The stone reacts to anything organic. The bigger the target, the bigger the power surge. All Ronan's got to do is touch the stone to the planet's surface and zap. So Ronan does not make the surface. Rocket will lead a team to blow a hole in the Darkaster's starboard hull. Then, our craft and Yondu's will enter. Won't there be hundreds of Sakaran soldiers inside? I think of Sakaran as paper people. Once they know we're on board, Ronan will isolate himself behind impenetrable security doors on deck, which I can disable by dismantling the power source. We'll make it to the flight deck, and I'll use the Hadron Enforcer to kill Ronan. Use these devices to contain it. If you touch it, it will kill you. I'll contact one of the Nova officers who arrested us. Hopefully, they'll believe we're there to help. There's one more thing we need to complete the plan. That guy's eye. No, seriously, I need it. It's important to me. Ronan's fleet has been spotted, and will arrive in T-15 minutes. At the end of all this, I get the stone. You cross me, we kill you all. Let's go get them, boys. This is a terrible plan. Hey, you're the one who said you wanted to die among friends. I received a transmission from one of the Ravagers. He says Ronan's in possession of something called an Infinity Stone and he's headed toward Xander. Did he say why we should believe him? He said his crew just escaped from prison. So he'd have no other reason to risk coming to Xander to help. He says that he's an a-hole. But he's not, and I'm quoting him, here, 100% a dick. Do you believe him? I don't know that I believe anyone is 100% a dick, ma'am. I mean, do you believe that he is here to help? A fleet approaches. They appear to be Ravagers. Cover it down. Submerge. All pilots, dive. They're beneath us. Evacuate the city. Our priority is to get our people away from the battle. Forward thrust, now. No more games with me, boy. I'll see you at the end of this. There are too many of them, Rocket. We'll never make it up there. This is Denarian Sol of the Nova Corps. For the record, I advised against trusting you here. They got my dick message. Prove me wrong. We're just like Kevin Bacon. The starboard kern has been breached. We have been boarded. Continue our approach. But the Nova Corps have engaged. None of that will matter once we reach the surface. Seal security doors. Get out of my way. All Nova pilots, interlock and form a blockade. The Dark Aster must not reach the ground. We're locked in. I can barely see. When did you learn to do that? Pretty sure the answer is I am Groot. The flight deck is 300 meters this way. I want you all to know that I am grateful for your acceptance after my blunders. It is pleasing to once again have friends. Gamora, look at what you have done. You have always been weak. Nobody talks to my friends like that. Head to the flight deck. I'll shut down the power to the security doors. Order your men to turn on the Nova Corps. Enough nonsense, Ravager. Enough of this. Necrocraft pilots, enact immolation initiative. They're dive-bombing the city. Denarian Sol, should we break formation? No. Hold your positions. Keep Ronan up there, Sol. We'll take care of the people down here. I can't believe I'm taking orders from a hamster. You will never make it to Ronan. Everybody shoot them before they hit the ground. Finger to the throat means death. You stand accused. Your wretched peace treaty will not save you now. It is the tinder on which you burn. The city's been evacuated, but we're getting our asses kicked down here. Gamora hasn't opened the door. Sister, help us fight Ronan. I was mistaken. I do remember your family. Their screams were pitiful. I called him an idiot. You're guardians of the galaxy. What fruit have they wrought? Only that my father and his father shall finally know vengeance. People of Xander, the time has come to rejoice and renounce your paltry gods. Your salvation is at hand. Listen to these words. Now bring it down hard. Dance off, bro, me and you. Subtle, take it back. I'm distracting you, you big turd blossom. You said it yourself, bitch. We're the guardians of the galaxy. Quite the light show. Ain't this sweet? But you got some business to attend to before all the nookie starts. You gotta reconsider this, Yondu. I don't know who you're selling this to. But the only way the universe can survive is if you give it to the Nova Corps. I may be as pretty as an angel, but I sure as hell ain't one. Hand it over, son. Do not open that orb. You know that, right? You've seen what it does to people. Yeah, Quill turned out okay. It's probably good we didn't deliver him to his dad like we was hired to do. Yeah, that guy was a jackass. He is gonna be so pissed when he realizes I switched out the orb on him. He was gonna kill you, Peter. But he was about the only family I had. Why would you even know this? When we arrested you, we noticed an anomaly in your nervous system, so we had it checked out. I'm not Terran. You are half Terran. Your mother was of Earth. Your father, well, he's something very ancient we've never seen here before. That could be why you were able to hold the stone for as long as you did. Your friends have arrived. On behalf of the Nova Corps, we'd like to express our profound gratitude for your help in saving Xander. If you will follow Denarian Day, he has something to show you. Your wife and child shall rest well knowing that you have avenged them. Of course, Ronan was only a puppet. It's really Thanos I need to kill. We tried to keep it as close to the original as possible. We salvaged as much as we could. They're alive because of you. Your criminal records have also been expunged. However, I have to warn you against breaking any laws in the future. What if I see something that I want to take, and it belongs to someone else? You will be arrested. But what if I want it more than the person who has it? It's still illegal. That doesn't follow. No, I want it more, sir. Do you understand? What are you laughing at? Why? I can't have a discussion with this gentleman.